heet Femergena en ik ben terug met non-monolingual en multicultural stream. Met een andere. Ik weet niet wat het zegt. Hello, my name's Femergena and I'm back with another non-monolingual and multicultural stream. And apparently I don't know what I'm saying today, so please ignore it. Alright, so I'm going to start off with one lesson of Indonesian on Duolingo. Why is this flipping weird? Why is my browser doing that? Weird. Duo. Okay, we're gonna ignore that. I'm gonna do my best to ignore that. And yes, starting a Dutch course today, but it's not really a lesson. They just want to check our camera and our mics. I think I can pretty much attest to the fact that my camera and mic work. Right, Nate? Yeah. But whether or not it works on with the web application they want me to use, well, yeah. Tested it yesterday. Alright, which of these is radio? Wait, map is peta?
Radio. Peta.
Matahari.
Peta.
Radio.
Peta.
Peta. Peta is a map.
Radio ini tidak memiliki kabel biru.
This
Radio ini tidak memiliki kabel biru. Memiliki.
Isn't.
Memiliki.
This radio doesn't have.
Kabel biru.
This radio doesn't have a blue cable. And yes, I'm going to do a little bit of Dutch review today. I'm going to try to squeeze that in. And the stream's going to go until about 6:30 the latest.
Nampan ini terbuat dari emas. Nampan.
Nampan. This
Nampan.
tray
Terbuat.
is made of
Emas.
gold.
Mengapa kamu punya 5 kartu? Kamu mengapa
Why
punya 5
do you have
kartu?
5 cards?
Simpan dokumen ini di kotak itu. Simpan. Dokumen. Simpan.
Keep this
Kotak.
document
Itu.
in the
Di.
box. Keep this document in that box. You know, I drank water already. I guess I need some more.
Di mana kacamataku?
Di mana? Where is?
Kacamataku. Kacamataku
Where are my
mana?
glasses? Di mana kacamataku?
Kacamataku.
Kacamataku. My glasses. Kacamataku.
Televisi saya perlu pengecas.
My television.
Pengecas perlu.
My television needs a charge. Can't type.
Kamu adalah pengecas harapan saya.
Kamu
Kamu adalah pengecas harapan saya.
adalah
Kamu adalah pengecas harapan saya.
kamu adalah
Kamu adalah pengecas harapan saya.
pengecas harapan.
Kamu adalah pengecas harapan saya.
Pengecas harapan.
Kamu adalah pengecas harapan saya.
Harapan saya. pengecas.
Kapal itu tidak memuat harapan saya.
That
Kapal
ship
memuat
doesn't contain
saya. Harapan.
What?
Memuat.
That ship doesn't contain my hopes.
Aku adalah peta. Adalah.
Yeah, that was actually a typo. Yeah, I said that ship doesn't contain my hopes, and I typed ships by accident.
Aku
So at least they let me have that.
adalah
I am-
peta. Adalah.
I
Aku
am a map.
peta.
What? I'm the map. Okay, I'm the map. Oh yeah. I'm the map, Nate.
Apa nampan itu terlalu berat untuk kamu?
You know, you see somebody tattoos a map on their body.
Apa nampan itu
Is that
terlalu
tray
berat
too
untuk
heavy for
kamu?
you? Is that tray too heavy for you?
Dokumen kalian ada di bank.
Document
Kalian.
our document?
Kalian
Your document
ada di
is
bank.
at the bank.
Piring kamu lebih lebar dari nampan saya. Piring kamu
Your plate
lebih lebar
is wider
dari
than
nampan
my
saya.
tray.
Kamu lebih cantik dengan kacamata.
You
Kamu lebih cantik.
prettier
Kacamata
than,
dengan
you're prettier with my glasses.
cantik. Kamu kacamata.
You're prettier with glasses.
Ini
Why
bukan
did I do
kartu
that?
yang benar.
Ini
Bukan.
this
Bukan kartu yang benar. Yang kartu bukan.
this isn't the right card. Next.
Kotak itu memuat barang berbahaya. Kotak. Kotak
That box
memuat
contains
barang berbahaya.
dangerous object. That box contains dangerous objects.
Kamu lebih cantik dengan kacamata.
You are prettier with glasses. Okay, we're done. Wow, I didn't have multiple choice this time. Alrighty, ready. Okay, next language, Vietnamese. Okay, let me just check this though. Don't need that. Print updates. How long does these notifications stay up? That was like 6 days ago? Okay. They stay up for like 1 week. And everyone can celebrate. Alright, that's that. You know, Nate, I hadn't looked at my Duolingo followers for a while. What am I at now? I know it's more than 2,000 at this point. Wow. Well, we go up pretty fast by the hundreds on Duolingo. I'm at 2,229. Last time I looked, it was like over 2,000, but anyways, that's funny. Yes. Follow me on Duolingo. Come watch my Twitch. LingoDeer. Vietnamese on LingoDeer. And you know what? I'm gonna switch categories. Let's do that. Maybe I'll come back to Duolingo in a bit. Alright, 92% done Vietnamese course. Okay, one lesson of health here. I already read the reading tips. Start here. One lesson.
Khám bệnh.
Khám bệnh.
Khám bệnh.
Bệnh. Sounds like this is bệnh. Drug.
Thuốc.
Thuốc. Thermometer.
Nhiệt kế.
Nhiệt kế. I want to see the doctor at 8 o'clock tomorrow. 8 giờ.
8 giờ ngày mai tôi muốn đi khám bệnh.
What?
8 giờ ngày mai tôi muốn đi khám bệnh.
So this is actually means see the doctor, but also, yeah, I guess in context it's like medical exam, having a medical exam, or seeing the doctor, being examined by the doctor. Mom has taken the medicine. Mom, what did they say was medicine?
Mẹ uống thuốc rồi.
This is past tense. Indicates past tense.
Tôi ghét uống thuốc.
Wow, Nate, I'm actually hungry. I sit down for like a few minutes and next thing I know my stomach is gurgling.
Tôi ghét uống thuốc.
I hate taking medicine. Tôi ghét uống thuốc.
Tôi ghét uống thuốc.
Tôi
ghét
ghét uống. There's no audio.
uống thuốc.
Thuốc. Tôi ghét uống thuốc. I'm having trouble with tapping on my... Okay, I hate taking medicine. Ghét.
Tôi ghét uống thuốc.
Ghét. I don't want to go to the hospital to see the doctor. I not want go hospital see doctor. Next.
Sao bạn đi bệnh viện?
Sao bạn?
Sân bay.
No, sao bạn?
Sao bạn
đi?
Sao bạn đi bệnh viện?
Sao bạn
Đi
bệnh
viện.
viện. You know, forget Chinese, Nate. I think Vietnamese tones are a lot harder because they're not. Because the tones don't just have a quality of a tone thing. Some have glottal stop. One has a glottal stop in the middle of the tone. Yeah, and the other one just feels like it's like, okay, tonally it drops in pitch, but then it just gets cut off or something. So it's very strange. So forget Chinese tones. They are not the hardest tones in the world.
Vì tôi đau bụng.
Vietnamese has really hard tones.
Vì tôi đau bụng.
Vì tôi
đau bụng.
Bụng.
Vì tôi đau bụng.
And I always forget what they call the tones actually in Vietnamese. Okay, this one that's marked with the dot is called heavy tone. Nung.
No.
It's described as a creaky, low falling, constricted, like a short length tone. No. Ma. Creaky. What do they mean? Creaky, low falling. Like I said, I can hear the pitch change, but and it's constricted. Yeah, it gets cut off. It's constricted, but the creakiness.
Vì tôi đau bụng.
Bụng.
Khám bệnh.
Khám bệnh.
Khám bệnh.
Khám bệnh. I hear that.
Khám bệnh.
Bệnh. It sounds like she says bay.
Khám bệnh.
Khám bệnh. Oh, drug. Thuốc.
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 Nhiệt kế.
Nhiệt. Let me see.
Nhiệt kế.
Nhiệt.
Nhiệt kế.
I think they need that H. Nhiệt kế. Space. Kế. Rising.
Nhiệt kế.
Thermometer.
Vì tôi muốn mua thuốc
Nhiệt
sốt.
kế. Nhiệt kế means thermometer in Vietnamese. Nhiệt kế. And I try to remember what my mom called a thermometer. Oh, memories are so horrible. I need a memory machine. Access the memories from when I was like a kid. Because I want to buy the fever medicine. Fever medicine?
Vì tôi muốn mua thuốc sốt. Vì tôi muốn. Vì tôi muốn mua thuốc sốt. Mua thuốc sốt.
This is drug.
8 giờ ngày mai tôi muốn đi khám bệnh. 8 giờ ngày mai. 8 giờ ngày mai tôi muốn đi khám bệnh. Tôi muốn đi khám bệnh.
This is like 8 o'clock tomorrow. I want to go see the doctor. Mom is taking the medicine.
Mẹ uống thuốc rồi.
Mẹ uống thuốc rồi. I don't want to go to the hospital to see the doctor.
Tôi không muốn đi bệnh viện khám bệnh.
Tôi không muốn đi bệnh viện khám bệnh.
Tôi không muốn đi bệnh viện khám bệnh.
Khám bệnh. Okay.
Nhiệt kế.
Nhiệt kế.
Thuốc.
Thuốc.
Khám bệnh.
Khám bệnh.
Y tá đang dùng nhiệt kế đo. Y tá đang dùng nhiệt kế. Y tá đang dùng nhiệt kế đo nhiệt độ cơ thể.
Okay.
Đo nhiệt độ cơ thể.
This is probably take the body temperature. Okay.
Vì tôi muốn mua thuốc sốt.
Vì tôi vì tôi
Vì tôi muốn mua thuốc sốt.
Okay, next. No, I did that one wrong. I hate taking medicine. Tôi ghét
Tôi ghét uống thuốc.
Tôi ghét
Tôi ghét uống thuốc.
ghét
Tôi ghét uống thuốc.
tôi ghét uống thuốc.
Vì tôi muốn mua thuốc sốt.
Alright. That was a lesson of Vietnamese. What else do I have? Oh, it's just about 5. I have another hour. Alright, so let's do thinking. What do I feel like doing? Russian, Cantonese. Lithuanian. I'll have to do this one over again.
Verste.
Verste. Verste. I translate from Chinese to English. Verst.
Aš verčiu iš kinų į anglų.
Okay, that's the one that switches. Verčiu. Oh, how did I do that? See, verčiu. Why is it not doing it? Oh, because am I still on the Vietnamese keyboard? Verčiu.
Aš verčiu iš kinų į anglų.
Aš verčiu iš kinų į anglų. Do you translate from?
Ar tu verti iš kinų į anglų?
Ar tu verti?
Ar tu verti iš kinų į anglų?
Ar tu verti? Ar tu verti? R2D2?
Yeah.
Ar tu verti iš kinų į anglų?
Iš kinų į anglų. To write. Right was, I think it was this one.
Skaityti.
No, it wasn't. It was this one.
Rašyti.
Rašyti. I wonder what the cognatives for that one. He translates from French. France. Jis verčia iš prancūzų į hindi. I keep pronouncing that as yes, but it's yes.
Jis verčia iš prancūzų į hindi.
Jis verčia iš prancūzų į hindi.
Jis verčia iš prancūzų į hindi.
Prancūzų į hindi. Mokytis. Learn. Mokytis.
Mokytis. Aš mokausi kalbėti angliškai. Aš mokausi kalbėti angliškai.
Did he learn to speak English? No, wait.
Aš mokausi kalbėti angliškai.
Aš mokausi kalbėti angliškai.
What?
Aš mokausi kalbėti
What am I
angliškai.
doing? I learned to speak English. I learned to speak English. I translate from Chinese to English. Aš verčiu į no. Iš kinų į anglų.
Aš verčiu iš kinų į anglų.
Okay. Jis verčia
Jis verčia iš prancūzų į hindi.
Jis verčia iš prancūzų į hindi. Jis verčia iš prancūzų į hindi. No, I'm getting worse. Jis verčia iš prancūzų į hindi.
Jis verčia iš prancūzų į hindi.
Yeah, the first time I did it, I only missed this one. I didn't get that one right.
Jis verčia iš prancūzų į hindi.
In hindi. I don't know what I'm saying wrong. Skatyti. Mes mokomės.
Mes mokomės kalbėti kiniškai ir angliškai.
Mokomės. Mes mokomės.
Mes mokomės kalbėti kiniškai ir angliškai.
Kalbėti.
Mes mokomės kalbėti kiniškai ir angliškai.
Kiniškai? Oh, jeez.
Mes mokomės kalbėti kiniškai ir angliškai. Mes mokomės kalbėti kiniškai ir angliškai.
Angliškai. Hey Mike, how's it going? Kiniškai.
Mes mokomės kalbėti kiniškai ir angliškai.
Well, I definitely know that this is a sh sound. How's it going today, Mike? Do you translate artu verti
Ar tu verti iš kinų į anglų?
iš kinų
Ar tu verti iš kinų į anglų?
į Look at all these extra little marks. How's it going, Mike? What are you up to today? Besides lurking Twitch channels.
Jis verčia iš prancūzų į hindi.
Jis verčia iš prancūzų į hindi.
Jis verčia iš prancūzų į hindi.
My feet are getting cold. Mes mokomės kalbėti kiniškai ir angliškai. Yay. Aš I forget. It's been a while. Mokosi.
Aš mokausi kalbėti angliškai.
Kalbėti angliškai. You learn to speak English.
Tu mokaisi kalbėti angliškai.
Tu mokosi. You learn to speak.
Tu mokaisi kalbėti angliškai.
Kalbėti angliškai. There we go. There's more. We learn to speak Chinese and English. Mes I don't know why I remember this one easy. Mes mokomės. Maybe because the M. Mes mokomės. Oof. What oof?
Mes mokomės kalbėti kiniškai ir angliškai.
Nishki.
Mes mokomės kalbėti kiniškai ir angliškai.
You were debugging the wrong part of your program?
Mes mokomės kalbėti kiniškai ir angliškai.
Is that a big problem, or is it just means you have to do it all over again? It takes time. Did you see what Mike said, Nate?
I've never done anything like that.
Never, not once, ever in your life.
No.
I got it to work now. Good job, Mike. Good job, Mike. I do think this cat looks weird though with the two G's on its eyes.
Versti.
What do you guys think of that cat? Arte verte ishkinu I anglu. They're shades. Yeah, but it looks weird. I put lip gloss on as soon as I'm done this lesson. I learned to speak English. Ash mo close cal bete English.
Aš mokausi kalbėti angliškai.
Yay.
Aš verčiu iš kinų į anglų.
I translate from Chinese to English.
Aš verčiu iš kinų į anglų.
Let me hear this.
Mes mokomės kalbėti kiniškai ir angliškai.
Mes mokomės kalbėti kiniškai ir angliškai. Oh, mokomės.
Mes mokomės kalbėti kiniškai ir angliškai.
Wait, what? I said mokomės and it just put it with this. The S on the next one. You learn to speak English. Tu mokose.
Tu mokaisi kalbėti angliškai.
Oh, it was the other one. They gave it to me though.
Versti.
They have to stay.
Aš verčiu iš kinų į anglų. Ar tu verti iš kinų į anglų?
Mike, I think I'm almost done with Realm Reborn.
Skaityti.
Well, at least the first part of
Mokytis.
a Realm Reborn.
Jis verčia iš prancūzų į hindi. Aš mokausi kalbėti angliškai. Mes mokomės kalbėti kiniškai ir
And then
angliškai.
there's a realm.
Tu mokaisi
There's a
kalbėti
bunch of patches
angliškai.
afterwards, right? So there's like a realm awoken or something. The patches did have a name, Nate. Or at least some people named it after the last MSQ for it. Next language. I forgot to put. Oh, I forgot to put the language I'm doing on here. Okay. It's fine. I don't have time to do a ton today anyways. My program passed all the tests. Good job. So should we do some Russian? I'm gonna do some Russian. Let's do some Russian. Oh, okay, yeah. Moosh. Can't remember how to spell it. I don't remember how to type, apparently.
Mouche.
Moosh. Hello, never give up. How are you today? How's it going? Ruchatzit mitya. Come stai?
Муж.
Mush.
Муж.
Het gaat goed. Het gaat goed en met jou. Met mij gaat het goed. Mush. Это моя жена. Жена. Это моя жена.
Это моя жена.
She says that weird. In a way. I don't know. Maybe that's how they normally say it. Drug. Friend.
Друг.
Does she say it like a K?
Друг.
Это моя. Can't type Russian. Baka, привет. Как дела? Hola, ¿cómo estás, Baka? Hi, yes. You've got little follower emotes. Normalna. ¿Qué tal tu español?
Это моя
Exercise.
лучшая подруга.
Oops. Это... Wait.
Это моя лучшая подруга.
Did she say Maya?
Это моя лучшая подруга.
She did say Maya.
Это моя лучшая подруга.
Maya? Oh my god, I don't remember.
Это моя лучшая подруга.
Lud... I'm probably gonna...
Это моя лучшая подруга.
Is she saying...
Это моя лучшая подруга.
I have no idea.
Это моя лучшая подруга.
Okay, I'm gonna try this.
Это моя лучшая подруга.
Druga. 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 I'm gonna go with this. Just let me listen to this again.
Это моя лучшая подруга. Это моя лучшая подруга.
I'm gonna go with that. Oh, that was close. Oh, I'm...
Это моя лучшая подруга.
Why does it sound like a D to me? German is no stranger to D. Sometimes sound like a wiki. It happens in Dutch too. And I've asked somebody about this. I was like, is there some kind of like D voicing on the final consonants in Dutch? And they're like, no. And I'm like, okay, listen to it again. I think they devoice, but language teachers don't think to teach it like that. They're just like, and most natives wouldn't think to think of it that way. Only linguistics students would think of it. Привет, как дела? У меня все хорошо. Как у тебя дела? Yeah, I don't remember. Нормально. I'm gonna say what Baka said. Нормально. До свидания.
До свидания.
До свидания.
Это мой муж.
This is my husband. You know, I've mistapped the English before. And this is his husband. I'm like, oof. Wasn't even the Russian, just the tapping English. English? Engels? What is Engels? This is my friend. Это мой друг. Все нормально. Жена. Это моя жена. Это моя жена. No, hold on. There's a way they wanted me to say this. My family is here. There's a specific way they want. I don't remember which. It's a. I think they wanted me. Yeah, someone's calling you?
Моя семья здесь.
Oh, they did want to say it that way. Okay, whatever. Maya. I thought there was a complicated way they taught me.
Моя семья здесь.
Здесь. Это мой... No, это моя.
Это моя лучшая подруга.
Это моя луч.
Это моя лучшая подруга.
Подруга. Подруга.
Это моя лучшая подруга.
I got it this time. This is my wife. Это моя жена.
Это моя жена.
Why does she say it like that? She's like, это. She's saying it more like, это моя.
Это моя жена.
Это моя.
Это моя жена.
She's saying it like, это моя жена. And I'm like, what? Oh, I typed the wrong thing. I just want to hear this in comparison.
Это моя жена.
Это моя жена.
Это моя жена.
Yeah, Mondly's a little weird with the audio, I think. Моя семья здесь.
Моя семья здесь.
Здесь. Я здесь. Здесь.
Моя семья здесь.
My family is here. Муж. Муж. Мой муж. Это мой муж.
Это мой муж.
Это моя лучшая подруга.
Это моя лучшая подруга.
Это мой... Oh, come on, fingers. Keyboard. Yeah, okay. Это мой муж.
Это мой муж. Это мой друг.
This is my friend. Это мой друг. Моя семья. Моя семья здесь. Я здесь.
Я здесь.
That one's
Муж.
done.
Это моя жена. Друг.
Друг.
Жена.
Жена.
До свидания.
До свидания.
Это мой друг.
Это мой друг.
Это моя лучшая подруга. Это мой
лучшая
муж.
подруга.
Моя семья здесь.
Это мой
Я
муж.
здесь.
Alright, that's enough Russian. Okay, next language. Typing in Russian again. Ling. Ling up. Cantonese. Oh look, everyone! There's a offer for Ling up if you want. If you want Ling up, because it's not a completely free app. Okay, Cantonese. My feet are cold. When is our food getting here? 30 minutes?
I didn't misunderstand them when they just called 15 minutes.
15 minutes? Why were they calling?
To ask if they could bring it early, I think.
Oh, yes, please. Did you say ja, alsjeblieft?
Yeah. fine, I think.
Is it? Just the water stain? Okay. Alright, Cantonese time. Oh, okay, I did that one. Oh, we're on the next, I don't know if they call them skills or categories in this one. Probably skills. Let's call them skills on Ling app. Next skill on Ling app for Cantonese, which is a second language for me actually, because I grew up with it. Both my mom, well, my mom's still around, so both my parents spoke Cantonese. My relatives speak Cantonese, Chinese. This is the language to speak. Mandarin was not something we would hear in my house.
星期一，我逢星期一去游水。
How many of these language apps are there? Oh, tons. I have quite a few. I'm sure there's a few more that other people like too, that I don't use, but I like this one. Well, I got this one. I was looking for Thai actually, and Ling is actually the name for monkey in Thai, so that they called their app Ling app. Ling. But I'm pretty sure this was designed by some developer in Thailand to teach Thai. Yeah, I have a few different ones. Just because I'm always looking for a specific language that maybe Duolingo doesn't have or whatever. But I was happy to find this one because I was looking for Thai and then realized it had Cantonese as well. 星期一.
星期一.
Yeah. There is a list I do have a list. There's a link on my profile page if you scroll down. There's a language list that I have with all the different resources that I use. Duolingo is the biggest, honestly, only because they were the first free language app ever. I think before Duolingo, I know for sure that Live Mocha was around before Duolingo, and Live Mocha was free, wasn't it, right? It was free. It was free, but Live Mocha was a freemium. I mean, Duolingo technically is freemium now because I have Duolingo Plus. But Duolingo was the first real free app that they promised free education, free language education. They made that promise when they first started, and they better hold to that promise. I feel like they're trying to sneak out of that promise. But it became big because it was the first real free app. And Live Mocha, unfortunately, was actually pretty good, but unfortunately it was bought by Rosetta Stone, and Rosetta Stone just cannibalized it, completely killed it. They had Live Mocha was a little bit like Busu. Like Busu has, I think, adopted the same model that Live Mocha had, which was people could mark each other's exercises. So you'd have native speakers marking your exercise. So Mike being a native Norwegian could mark somebody's Norwegian exercises on Live Mocha. Ling was founded by an immigrant and found there to be a lack of good resources for learning Thai. So it was a Thai immigrant to the US? That's actually cool. Either way, they spoke Thai. Yeah, there is a lack of good resources for learning Thai. I was so happy to find it. But they also have Cantonese, and they have quite a few of more of the Asian languages, like South Asian languages that you might hear in India, languages around Southeast Asia, as well as, you know, the Asian languages. Oh, immigrant to Thailand? Ah, cool. So do they have native Thai speakers helping them though? I guess it's kind of like, what about Speakly? Because I know Speakly was created for teaching Estonian. I don't know if Speakly was created by an Estonian person or somebody who was like learning Estonian.
星期一.
星期一, yeah, that sounds familiar.
我逢星期一去游水.
我逢, oh, this is every. 我逢星期一去. Oh, why am I forgetting? What did she say?
我逢星期一去游水.
Yeah, 游水. 我逢星期一去游水. Try Control F. Do people not know how to use basic keyboarding? Control F, search.
星期六，我逢星期六同我爸爸睇戲。
Control plus F, probably under languages. It's either under, it might be under languages streamed. I don't know, Mike, you would know. He had the programming knowledge, and it was also co-founded by his Thai wife. Okay, cool. Yes, as a native Thai speaker. That's cool, actually. 星期六，
星期六，
星期六。I watch a movie with my father on Saturdays. What'd you say? 我逢星期六同我爸爸睇戲。
我逢星期六同我爸爸睇戲。
Ooh, wow, I got that. This is the only one that I'm not, this part is the only thing I'm not used to, meaning every, like a regular basis. It's like every Saturday. I can just give you the link. Hold on a second. If you want a link, here, I can just pull it up. It's in my Google Docs. Here, languages to study by linguistics family. I think it is this one, actually. I think it's this one. Is this one that I shared? Yeah, it is this one that I shared. Okay. There you go. There's the link. It's a shared document on Google Docs. Monday. 星期日。
星期一。
星期. Yeah, she goes up to the high tone a lot higher than me. 星期一. Probably because I grew up with English and Chinese, so I just downplay my tones sometimes. Except when I speak English, apparently I use tones when I'm speaking English, and Nate's like, your whole family snaps at each other. I'm like, we're not snapping at each other. We're just talking. It's animated and vibrant and lively. You don't miss it, Nate?
No.
What?
週末，我哋逢週末去學唱歌。
我哋
逢週末去學唱歌。
我哋逢週
末。
週. She's saying 週. Hold on, I want to see this. 週末.
週末。
That one's hard for me. Actually, I don't think I ever used that very much. Actually, probably not. My mom probably didn't use this one very much because we speak Chinese.
週末。
我哋逢週末去學。We learn to sing. Yeah, learn to sing.
我哋逢週末去學唱歌。
唱歌. Yeah, right. 我哋逢週末去學. Oh my god, other languages. 去學唱歌. This is literally learn, sing, song. In Chinese, you have verbs that require an object, and this is a verb that requires an object. It's the same like in Chinese, the verb for eat, you need an object. So we literally have to say, if you just want to say I'm eating, you still have to literally say I'm eating rice, even if you're not eating rice. Just eat rice is just an expression for just how we say eating by itself. And then if you want to say I'm eating hamburgers, you just replace rice with hamburgers. Saturday. 星期六. Sinkelok. Hey, wait, that is the moon. Oh no, they mean month this time. This is night. They tricked me. Because they gave me a moon, and that actually means month and moon. Nate, they tricked me. They gave me a picture of a moon and a star, and they gave me the character which means month and moon. But apparently the moon with the star meant night. They were tricking me on purpose.
晚，佢每晚都同朋友食飯。佢每晚都同朋友食飯。
Yeah, see, I'm used to this word for every. Khoi moi man, khoi moi. I'm Chinesing my Cantonese.
佢每晚都同朋友食飯。
Khoi moi man. Moi man. Oh shoot, I misheard her. 同朋友食飯。
佢每晚都同朋友食飯。
佢每晚都同朋友食飯。佢每晚都 every evening. This is he every evening. This I'm not sure.
佢每晚都同朋友食飯。
I'm not sure this needs to be here for this translation. With friends. This actually, yeah, there we go. There's the sikfan. There's the eating. Eats. That's eating. So eats, and then you need an object. Yeah, that's cooked rice.
月，佢每個月都去街市買嘢。
Okay. 佢每個月都去街市買嘢。買嘢 is just, this is another one, to buy. And yeah, means things. So buying something. You have to say you're buying something. You can't just say I'm going to buy. It requires an object. It's called lonely verbs. Don't leave your verbs lonely in Chinese. That's the lesson. They will cry.
週末，每日，我每日都行返學。
我每日都行返學。
我每日都行返學。
我返學。返學。
我每日都行返學。
Okay, don't trick me again. This is month, not moon. This is night. This is every month. What does this say? 24/7 for every month? No, every day. Yeah, that's every day. Sorry, that's every day. 24/7. Okay.
晚。
Why do they have this word? Like this one. MDBG. Okay. Okay, here it's saying it means to fall on a particular day. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so every sun, so they're make, okay.
我逢星期一去游水。
every week. I go swimming every week. I swim, no, sorry, I missed this. I swim every Monday. I swim every Monday. Okay, we every weekend. Oh yeah, we learn to sing every weekend.
我哋逢週末去學唱歌。
我哋
逢週末去學唱歌。
我哋逢週末去學唱歌。He eats with friends every evening. 佢每晚does this say 多同朋友食飯。
佢每晚都同朋友食飯。
I walk to school every day. 我每日都行返學。
我每日都行返學。月每日我逢星期六。There's a different way to say this. There's a different way to say days in Cantonese as well. There's a different way, but they're using 星期。我逢星期六同我爸爸睇戲。
我逢星期六同我爸爸睇戲。I every Saturday with my dad watch a movie. I watch a movie with my father on Saturdays. Did I say Saturday earlier? It should be Saturday. 星期六 Saturday. She goes shopping at the market every month. 佢 every month. 每月 It's gotta be this one. 佢每月都去街市買嘢。Wait. Oh, did I miss it? No, why is there... Oh, they wanted the classifier this time. What? Every month. They wanted the classifier for month, actually, this time. Okay, they're tricking me again. Nate, they're tricking me! I could swear that's not what they gave me earlier, though. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. I walk to school every day. 我每日都行返學。Okay, I'm gonna check carefully this time. Last time I rushed it. 我每日都行. No, not that one. There's the word for Saturday in there. No, not that one. 我每日行. No, it's gotta be this one.
今日係星期幾？
今日星期一，你邊日去學中文？
逢星期六，你星期六有咩做？
我同我爸爸去睇戲。
Yeah, okay. I understand most of that. It was really fast though.
今日係星期幾？
今日星期一，你邊日去學中文？
逢星期六，你星期六有咩做？
我同我爸爸去睇戲。
I think he asked... Okay, so I got the dialogue the second time. I got most of the dialogue the first time. Just this one, he said it too fast. So she's saying here, what day is it today? He says today is Monday, and he says this is literally you every day go to learn Chinese. Do you learn Chinese every day? And I think she says on Saturday. And she says, I should rather hear it. Hold on.
你邊日去學中文？你邊日去學中文？
No, he says what day. No, sorry. He says what day do you learn Chinese?
你邊日去學中文？
What day do you go to learn Chinese? And she says on Saturday.
逢星期六。
Like every Saturday. On Saturdays, basically.
你星期六有咩做？
And then she asks, what do you do on Saturdays? Or actually, is that the specific Saturday?
你星期六有咩做？
我同我爸爸去睇戲。
我同我爸爸去睇戲. He's going to watch a movie with his dad. That's always so fun and nice. So, what day is it today? Today is Monday, and what day do you learn Chinese? On Saturdays. What do you do on Saturdays? Yeah, I watch movies with my father. Okay. 今日係 wow 今日係星期幾？今日係星期一。你邊日去學中文？ I want to hear it. Want to hear?
今日係星期幾？
Okay.
今日星期一。
今日星期一。
你邊日去學中文？
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 你邊日去學中文？你邊日去學中文？ I'm saying it really slowly.
I still don't understand.
邊日 is like what day?
Okay.
你
Mm-hmm.
邊日
Mm-hmm.
去學中文? I'm testing Nate's Cantonese.
I forgot all those words.
Well, you know what "nay" means.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I told you binyat. Binyat's what
Yeah.
day? Binyat. Hoi. Go. Go. Hoi is to go. Hok is to learn.
Mm.
And Zhongman.
Yes, yes. Well, there you are. I get it now, but you just told me everything. So.
I had to tell you everything. I think if you saw the characters, you would have known.
Probably.
Yeah.
I do know all of those characters. So.
逢星期六. Yeah.
逢星期六。你星期六有咩做？
That's sort of the fun thing about Chinese, because when you start to learn Chinese characters and you're like, hey, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, I can read this, but then they say, and you're like, wait, I don't understand what they just said, but I can read it.
你星期六有咩做？
我同我爸爸去睇戲。
Yes, and in case people are wondering, there are some things that I can say fairly fluently in Cantonese, and other things not. It's more of it's a second language in that I grew up around it, so it's familiar. It's very familiar to me. Alright, what time is it? Oh wait, our food is here. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna do, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna switch over and do some, we are gonna do some Dutch. I'm gonna do some Dutch for a little bit. Let's do this, because I'm gonna do Dutch grammar practice. Alright, Dutch grammar practice time. So this is what I've been using to review Dutch grammar. Put that back up there. Grammatica. I'm using this to practice my Dutch grammar. I'm pretty sure my Dutch grammar is at B1 level. I make mistakes still, but I know what the rules are. Like, I'll know when I make a mistake. Let's just put it that way. So much time I have. I have 15 minutes. I'm sorry. Don't have much time. So what I'm going to do is just read out of this book. It doesn't seem to be a lot, is there? Grammar book. So I'm reading out of this one. Trappen van vergelijking. Comparisons. This is literally steps of comparison. Trappen van vergelijking. De trappen van vergelijking worden gebruikt om personen, zaken, situaties of eigenschappen te vergelijken. Er zijn 3 trappen van vergelijking: stellende, vergrotende, overtreffende. So that's probably I know what they mean. Translating this into English, let's see. No, not German, Dutch. What? I'm not sure that's what they mean here. Vergrotende. They're not giving me, yeah. An overtreffende. Overtreffende. That's what they're saying. Superlative. Yeah, that's what I thought. De vergrotende trap wordt ook wel comparatief genoemd. Ja, comparatives. De overtreffende trap wordt ook wel superlatief genoemd. Okay, let's try this. See if they translate this right for me, because I don't think we call it anything in particular in English, this one. It's just it's just the normal adjective, right? That's all. When you look at the examples here, it's obviously just the adjective in its base form before you apply a comparison or superlative to it. Sorry, before you apply the comparative or superlative to it. So, de stellende trap. Jan is mager. Jan is thin. Mager is thin, right, Nate? No. Mager is no. Light? Mager is light. No, it is thin. Lean. Yeah, it is thin. Het huis is groot. Yeah, so de stellende trap is just the base form of the adjective with no adjustments for comparatives, superlatives. Het huis is groot. De tekening is mooi. Het dikke boek. De vergrotende trap. So that is your this is your comparative, comparatief. Piet is magerder dan Jan. Piet is thinner than Jan. Mijn huis is groter dan jouw huis. Deze tekening is mooier dan die tekening. Zijn boek is dikker dan jouw boek. Oké, de overtreffende trap. Kees is het magerst. Haar huis is het grootst. Haar huis is het grootst. Mijn tekening is het mooist. That actually sounds funny. Dit is het dikste boek. So, you go from groter, het grootst. Mooi, mooier, het mooist. Dik, dikker, het dikst. Klein, kleiner, het kleinst. Lief, liever, het liefst. Raven for raid boss. Whoever is playing. Okay, A1 level. Yeah, A1 level. Trappen van vergelijken. Yeah, they're giving me the same little chart here. Groot, groter, het grootst. Okay. Right. And the notes. Stellende trap. 1. De stellende trap is het gewone bijvoeglijk naamwoord. Yeah, exactly. It's the normal adjective. De man is lang. Het kind is lief. Vergrotende trap. De vergrotende trap of comparatief maak je door er achter het bijvoeglijk naamwoord te zetten. Je gebruikt de vergrotende trap om een vergelijking te maken. Mijn man is langer dan jouw man. Dit huis is kleiner dan dat huis. Overtreffende trap. De overtreffende trap of superlatief maak je door st achter het bijvoeglijk naamwoord te zetten. Haar man is het langst. Dit huis is het kleinst. Alright. Voor de overtreffende trap staat een lidwoord. Mijn boek is het dikst. Haar broer is het grootst. Dat is de dikste jongen van de 3. Bijzondere vormen bij de trappen van vergelijking. Goed, graag, veel en weinig hebben. Goed, graag, veel en weinig hebben onregelmatige trappen. Graag, veel en weinig zijn geen bijvoeglijke naamwoorden, maar ze hebben wel trappen van vergelijking. Goed, beter, het best. Graag, liever, het liefst. Veel, meer, het meest. Weinig, minder, het minst. Okay. So that's all I gotta read about comparisons and superlatives right now. Do I have time to do some exercises? Yeah, I do. So that's from this book. Just reading out from this book. This thing's gonna fall over. Alright. So time to do some exercises. Some grammar exercises. Right here. Yeah, so I also have this book. But this is the exercise book for the grammar. And they're giving me the same chart at the top. Groot, groter, het grootst. Okay, and
And like 2 exercises. That's not too bad. I can finish this in a half hour for sure. Okay. So let's see. Need something to hold my book down. Okay. Trappen. Von. Vergelijking. Exercise 1. And they always finish the first one for me, so I'm gonna do the second one. Zet onder de plaatjes de juiste trap van vergelijking. Okay. Alright, so they want me to put jonger, and then jong en het jongst. 3. Aha, they mixed up the pictures. Okay, well. Dikker. Het dikst en dik. Ver. Lang. Long. Okay, so long. Long. Langer. Het langst. 5. Veel. Veel is there's minder. Oh, they want veel. Okay. Het meest. Het meest. Meer and veel. That's what they were telling us, right? Pretty sure those are the correct ones. Unless I just forget. Says. Look at the pictures. Groot. Groter. Groot. Groter. Het. Grootst. 7. Dun. That looks thinner than the other ones. Okay. Het dunst. Dunner. Dunner. I don't actually. I think it has 2 ends. I don't think I've ever written that word before. Acht. Hood. Beter. Het. Best. Tempted to say het base, but it's not. It's het best. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's based.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you had to snicker at that, didn't you? I knew what I said when I said it too. That's what's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Not. What am I looking at?
What am I looking at in the picture? Natter, het, natst, and nat. Which one do you think is wet? Sorry, wait, look, number 9. Which one do you think is wet, wetter, and more, and most wet?
Wet, wetter, most wet.
Which one?
Wet, wetter, most wet.
Yeah, that's what I did too. The more droplets.
Mm-hmm.
Teen. Okay. Well, that's not fair because they zoomed in. Okay, well, I'm gonna go with klein, het, kleinst, because they zoomed all the way in. Oh, that's it. Okay, Nate, look at number 10. Alright, I can't see what you just did.
Yeah.
Huh?
Smallest, smaller, not.
Small, smaller, smallest.
Yes, just in the order that it appears.
Huh?
I think it's already in the right order.
No, I think the second one is the smallest because they zoomed in.
Okay.
I'll check the answers later, after this. Okay, exercise 2.
It's certainly ambiguous.
Mm-hmm. So they want me to put this tusen hakyas. Hakyas is parentheses, Nate. Hakyas is the parentheses. So put this in the comparative. Okay. That's easy enough. Exercise 2. Number 2. Do they want me to type the whole sentence? They want me to type the whole sentence. Henk heeft het kouder dan Rina. Kees is jonger dan Mark. 4. Op plaatje A is het natter dan op plaatje B. 5. Die stokjes in B zijn dunner dan de potloden in A. 6. Auto A is groter dan auto B. 7. Oh, what am I doing? Why am I in there? 7. A heeft wel helden. Heeft meer helden. That's literally the sentence, people. Because they're showing me pictures. Loom B is kleiner than loom A. Alright. That's that with the grammar exercises today. Next will be counting words. That'll be fun. Alright, let's check my answers. Hold on. Okay. Okay, so they did the first one, so I'm doing the second one. Just do this, and I can see all of it. You hit what? Let me see that. They're telling me I got het jongst and jonger backwards somehow. Or am I just being dyslexic or some form of dyslexia? Oh yeah, it is. Het jongst. I wasn't looking at it carefully. Yeah, tricking. Being tricky. Not paying attention. That is right, yeah. Why did I do that? I think I had to look at the pictures more carefully next time. I forgot the one in the first picture was a kid crawling, so I'm like, oops. Oh. Did I do it the wrong way again? You know what? I'm just typing it the wrong way. I meant to type het langs and then longer. I actually... You say things in your head and then type it the wrong way around. Nice. Het meest. Meer, heel. Groot. Groter, het grootst. Doen. Het doenst, doener. Goed, beter. Goed. Oh no. See, I did it again. I'm just like, goed, beter, het base, instead of looking at the pictures. Mate.
Mm-hmm.
Nat. Okay, so nater, het naast, nat. Klein, het... I did it again! Did I do it again? I did it again. I typed it the wrong way. Actually, no, maybe you're right. The third one was the smallest for the flower.
I think so.
Yeah, you were right. I was wrong.
That was just like my opinion, though.
Yeah, well, I don't like this with the pictures because it's like, it's subjective.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since they zoomed in on one, so it made me think, because they zoomed in on the picture, the flower in the second picture, it made me think it was smaller, and therefore because they zoomed in, it made me think they had to zoom in because it was smaller.
Yeah.
So I was like, Counter. This exercise I like better. Oh, it's like, just change the form. It's like, I'm not stupid. I know how to do the grammar. It's just you're trying to trick me with the pictures, which is testing a different skill entirely.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Okay, done. Alright, done with that. We're gonna do something else. I'm gonna switch back to, let's do, what chapter do I have left? Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of Dutch Clozemaster and then French for Dutch speakers on Duolingo. That's what I'm gonna do. Clozemaster. Oops, did I mean to do that? Okay, I'm just going to do a quick bit of Clozemaster. And actually, I need to take a break and eat. Ik heb een... Oh. Tweeling? I have a twin brother. I forget that one. Tweelingbroer? It is tweelingbroer. Nee?
Twin brother?
Yeah! I was like, tweeling is twin. I was like, is it tweelingbroer? It is.
Makes sense.
Tweelingbroer. I should have just recorded it. I would have got more points. Regering? Tweelingbroer? I should have just recorded it, Mike. I would have got more points. Hey, that's Swedish too. Yeah, Mike's got the Norwegian one. Yeah, Norwegian is really close.
Tvillingbror.
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 You know there's tone, there's a difference in tone in Norwegian. I can hear it.
Tvillingbror.
Tvillingbror. Tvillingbror.
Tvillingbror.
Regering. Regering.
De regering is gevallen.
Zwillingsbruder, is that the German one? Weet je of ze kan spreken? Engels. Engels.
Weet je of ze Engels kan spreken?
Next. Engels. Yeah, that one I know, Mike. Ze took care of his wound. Verzorgd. Verzorgde. Ze verzorgde zijn wound. No, I don't know. It is. Ze verzorgde zijn wound. Oh, never mind.
Ze verzorgd.
Staat je goed? Zwart. They had it right the first time, and then they changed it to the word for sword. Zwart.
Zwart staat je goed.
Oh, they skip school all the time. What's the word? I don't know what it is for skip school. School off? School off? I'm making up stuff. No, I don't know. I don't know how to say skip school in Dutch. Spijbelen? Spijbelen. Spijbelen? Zij spijbelen. Zij spijbelen de hele tijd.
Spijbelen.
Spijbelen. Zij spijbelen de hele tijd.
Zij spijbelen de hele tijd.
Oh my god! They thought Clozemaster thought I said zij. I don't know what that would mean. Spijbelen de Albert Heijn. Wow. Het is een... Can be anything. Zelfmoord. Zelfmoord.
Het is een zelfmoord.
Huilen.
Je begon te huilen.
Taram. Oh, I forget how to say snore. Snurk. Oh yeah, snurk. Snurken. Snurkt. Daarom snurkt ze niet.
Snurkt.
Snurkt.
Ze doet alsof ze slaapt, daarom snurkt ze niet.
Hij kwam voor zijn mening uit. Hij kwam voor zijn mening out. What? He spoke his mind freely. That English translation does not help. Rondout? No. Hij kwam wist? Wist? No. Rondout. Rondout. Hij kwam rondout voor zijn mening uit. Oh, dus. Rondout.
Ronduit.
Rondout.
Ronduit.
Rondout. It keeps putting that. I don't know why. What does that even mean? Hij kwam rondout voor zijn mening uit.
Hij kwam rond.
It probably does sound the same, actually. Both of those. These two words sound the same, Nate. Rondhout and rondout.
Rondhout, ronduit.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna finish this, but just gonna run out of time. French for Dutch speakers, back in the Duolingo category. And if I don't switch this in the app, it'll go crazy. That's all right, Duo. Let's have at it. Boodschap. Why am I not in the Duolingo category? Come on.
Une pomme de terre.
Une pomme de terre, aardappel. Un poisson.
Un poisson.
And fish.
Je ne mange pas de poisson.
Je ne mange pas de poisson. Ik eet geen vis. Je ne mange pas de poisson. Ik eet geen vis. I don't eat fish.
Nous préférons les pommes de terre.
Vous hebben liever aardappelen. Do they want aardappelen or aardappels?
Terre.
Aardappelen.
Nous préférons les pommes de terre.
We prefer potatoes.
Préférons.
No, hebben liever. We hebben liever de aardappelen. Oh, de aardappelen.
Je vais au marché.
Je vais au marché. I'm going to the market. Ik ga naar de markt. I think that's going to the market. That's not going shopping.
Marché.
Je vais au marché. Ik ga naar de markt.
Il va au marché tous les jours.
Il va au marché tous les jours. Il va au
Oh.
au
Nous n'achetons pas de pain.
We kopen geen brood. We don't buy bread. We kopen geen brood. Nous n'achetons pas de pain.
Vous préférez les fruits d'été?
I know what this means in English. Do you prefer the summer fruits? Do you prefer summer fruits? Oh wait, zomerfruit? Oh. Hebben jullie liever de zomerfruit? Hebben jullie liever... Not sure. Hebben jullie liever zomerfruit? They don't want to this time.
Nous n'achetons pas de tomates.
Nous n'achetons pas.
Nous n'achetons pas de tomates.
We kopen geen tomaten. We don't buy tomatoes.
Nous préférons le poisson.
Nous préférons le poisson. Nous? Okay, whatever.
Poisson.
What?
Poisson. Poisson. Poisson.
Vous préférez le poisson?
Vous préférez le poisson?
Nous préférons faire les courses au marché.
Nous préférons faire les courses au marché. Nous préférons. Nous. Duolingo doesn't recognize my French pronouns. It's funny. Vous préférez les tomates ou les pommes de terre? Well, pardon me, my Canadian French, okay? Ik ben dol op aardappelen. I'm crazy about potatoes. J'adore les pommes de terre. Les pommes de terre. Nous préférons les pommes de terre. Perfect. Going from Dutch to French, yay. Don't ask me why. I can immediately translate French a lot faster than I can translate Dutch still. It's just the whole learning French as a second language as a kid thing. Alright. That's it. That's it for the stream. See y'all later. I gotta go. I gotta go eat. I gotta go freshen up. I go eat, freshen up, and get ready for this Dutch course. It's just an introduction today, I think. It's 15 minutes or something. They want to check our cameras and our mics or something. And what is going on Twitch tonight? Who is this person learning Dutch? There's somebody else learning Dutch. Why are they learning Dutch? Why is everybody else so fascinated by Dutch? Huh? I want to know. So I'm just gonna check this out. Oh, they're playing Wordle right now. They're not actually doing Duolingo. Is there no Wordle category? Okay. Okay, it's fine. You know what? We are gonna go host Anmita. Because Anmita is an Albanian speaker who is learning Spanish. You're gonna do that. Alright, so that's it for now. I might be back later. I'm planning on being back later with, I don't know, I'll decide later. I'm getting close to the end of finishing Final Fantasy Realm Reborn, or at least the base game story, without the patch, before the patch, the base game story before the patch, and I actually do want to finish that, but I might come back and look at some more Dutch. I don't know, we'll see. But then again, tomorrow, they're testing our camera and mic again tomorrow for some reason. I don't know why. But and the actual course classes, the actual lessons start on Wednesday. So we will see. That is it for me for now. Thanks for watching. Bedankt voor het kijken. Tot later of tot de volgende keer. See you later, or see you next time. And let me set up this host. And there's the host. Okay, and I hope you enjoy the host.